All right, let's call this April 14th, 2026 Essex County Board of Supervisors regular meeting to order. Supervisor Hale, would you mind leading us to the invocation, please?
Lord, we'd like to first ask you to be with our military servicemen and women abroad and at home. Can you watch over them and keep them safe while they perform their duties? Also, we'd like to ask that you watch over our police officers and first responders as they also travel throughout the community to assist those in need. And Lord, I'd like to ask you to look out for the farmers as they struggle through these times with high prices and low rainfall. Please be with them as they work to feed this country and this world. And finally, Lord, I'd like to ask you to be with this community, more especially this board, as we make the decisions that will affect the citizens of Essex County. Grant us wisdom and knowledge to make the decisions that will help the majority of the community. We ask this in the Lord's name. Amen.
Amen.
And please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. April, you mind doing a roll call, please?
Chairman Akers,
Present.
Vice Chairman Gill,
Present.
Supervisor Hale,
Present.
Supervisor Henry,
Present.
Supervisor Magruder.
Here.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Board members, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So move.
Second.
Motion's been made and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Next, we have recognition. Robbie, do you want to come up and you can recognize the 4-H Livestock Club?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Thank you all for your time. Also, members of the community and of Essex County, I would like to recognize our local 4-H Essex Livestock Club. This group has worked really hard. I know some of you have interacted with them in the past. I asked the opportunity of April and you all to be here for just a few minutes this evening to recognize these youth for the outstanding accomplishments that they have done. They've been working very hard over the past year or so. They've been all over the state showing in the western part of the state, northwestern part of the state, exhibiting at Stockman's Contest. Super motivated and great group of youth. And so I wanted to recognize these youth and give them the opportunity to introduce themselves to you all briefly, learn a little bit about what they do, and invite you to their upcoming show and sale locally here in a couple weeks. So I'm going to turn it over to a couple of the youth and let them introduce themselves.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm Carter Mitchell. I'm currently Vice President of the Essex County's 4-H Livestock Group. I've been a part of the group for 9 years now. This year I'm showing 2 goats at the show and sale in May. And after high school, I plan to attend Southeastern Lineman School in Georgia. So I look for the funds put towards the school and continue my education and come back and help serve the community. I appreciate y'all having us out and letting us come explain ourselves to y'all, and we'll look forward to seeing some of y'all at the show and sale.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Nathaniel Barnes. You probably recognize my last name because y'all know my dad.
You don't look alike, so.
This is my 2nd year in the program, and I'll be showing a pig this year. After school, I'll be going to Virginia Tech and continue a career in agriculture. So this club really helps me with that. I'd like to thank you all for your support and your time because I know y'all are busy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Fisher Thompson, and I've been showing a pig for 4 years now, but this is my first year with FFA. And I want to thank you all for coming, or letting us come out here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lucy Williams. I have been showing for 5 years. I will be showing a lamb, a goat, a heifer, and a steer at the 4-H show and sale. After school, I plan to attend Virginia Tech and go into vet medicine, and so it helps me get ready for college and school and all that. And yeah, things thanks for having me out. I hope to see some of you guys out at the show and sale.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Dawson, and this is my second year in 4-H sewing, and I'll be showing 3 lambs at May Show and Sale. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Frances Garner, and I'm currently serving as president of the Essex County 4-H Livestock Club. I've shown livestock for 6 years. I've shown goats, lambs, and pigs. I really want to thank you guys for letting us come out and speak, and I really hope to see you guys at our show and sale this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Maria Weaver. At May Show and Sale, I'm gonna be showing 1 lamb, and I've been in 4-H for 5 years. Thank you guys for your time. Good afternoon. My name is Carrington Weaver. This is my 5th year showing, and I will be showing a cow and a lamb. Thank you all for coming out here and supporting us.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your night. Hi, my name is Rachel Barnes. This is my 2nd year showing, and I'm showing a lamb this year. Thank you for all you do for our county and our club.
Thank you. And thanks to all of you guys for the accomplishment made. Robbie for what great team and putting all this together. So
Yeah,
you don't get to see this in every county.
I would just like to recognize and thank you all, and of course, the students, the youth. The club here in Essex County not only serves Essex County. I've got youth from about 6 or so surrounding counties in this club, several from the Northern Neck, 1 from King and Queen County, a couple from Essex. So I kind of joke sometimes and say we're somewhat the misfit club, right? People just come from all around, but it's a great group. I'm super proud of these kids. They've worked really, really hard. They've gotten, state level recognition for the hard work that they've put in. So thank you for the opportunity to recognize them, and I would just ask everyone if you could join me in a quick round of applause to recognize these kids. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you.
And thank you all for participating. All right, next we're going to go into our public hearing. Our public hearing, first I'll read the rules of the public hearing. It shall be due to the chairman to maintain the order to, wrong section. There we go. The purpose of a public hearing is to receive testimony from the public on certain resolutions, ordinance, or amendments prior to taking action. A hearing is not a dialogue or a debate. Its express purpose is to receive additional facts, comments, and opinions on subject items. Speakers should approach the lectern so they may be visible and audible to the board. Each speaker should clearly state his or her name and 911 address. All comments should be directed to the board. All questions should be directed to the chairman. Members of the board are not expected to respond to questions, and responses to questions shall be made at the chairman's discretion. Speakers are encouraged to contact staff regarding unresolved concerns or to receive additional information. Speakers with questions are encouraged to call county staff prior to the public hearing. With that, our public hearing tonight is on our proposed budget for fiscal year July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2027, and our proposed tax rates for the calendar year beginning January 1st, 2026. Your staff has made worked diligently to provide a balanced budget to the county without raising any taxes to the citizens. Kudos for the work that's been put together, that we've been able to maintain our tax rate for as many years as we have. I think we've at least lowered or kept it stable for the last 9 years, which is pretty impressive. I think more so than a lot of surrounding counties. So I think it just speaks kudos to the amount of hard work that our staff puts into really looking for some of these efficiencies and things. And so before we get into public hearings, board members, do you have anything additional that you want to add?
I'd just like to let the public know that the county has a budget, but the school also has a budget. And it's the county's responsibility to appropriate funds toward their budget. So we are still waiting for a school budget. I know Dr. Jones and his staff are working on that very hard, and I guess that we're anticipating it next month, is what I have been told. But again, just to let the public know that we appropriate. They decide on how to spend it. If they want to spend the money on administration or education or facilities, they earmark that. And their budget will indicate to the public, to the students, what their priorities are. So if they put more in this category versus this category, That's where their focus is. That's what a budget does. But just to remind the public, we appropriate, and they are the ones that budget and decide how to spend that. That's the way it's always been. And there's just kind of a misnomer in the community that we decide their budget. Once we appropriate funds, they can put it and use it where they feel appropriate and where they feel it has the most need. So just a general statement. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. This process each year, you know, it's a long, arduous process, and we from the time we started this process back in January, and we had probably close to a 6-hour session back on March 31st, a work session, where we took each itemized area of the budget and reviewed it closely and came up with the product that's out here tonight with the proposed budget. I would also add about the schools, the budget committee that's composed of the chairman and myself, and also the chair and the vice chair of the school board, and Dr. Jones and County Administrator Rounds. We have met on several occasions. We're scheduled to meet again tomorrow night, I believe. So we're planning and looking forward to that as well. So yeah, so we don't take this process lightly. I also want to commend the staff. Great job for the long hours that they've spent into it as well. And looking forward to. We're very fiscally minded. We've got strong financial reserves, and that doesn't come about lightly. It doesn't come about by mistake. It is certainly a situation where we attend to the budget and we're strong stewards of it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, this was my first budget, but I'd like to echo what Mr. Magruder and Mr. Gill have said. My kudos to the county staff and April for doing such a great job of putting a budget together. You know, it was a lot to go over, like Ronnie said, but I think we went through it pretty well and came up with a good budget.
This is my first one also. I'm just gonna echo the last two and say, great job to the county staff, April and Miss Nita, I think I got her name right, for helping everybody, for helping us to get a great budget.
And just procedural wise, what happens with the budget, you know, right now, we're coming to you with a no tax increase budget, a balanced budget. Should there be a need to look at potentially providing more monies for the schools based on the budget that they present, we would, and should that increase our budgetary number, we would have to have another public hearing to address those issues. So we would schedule another public hearing, it would be called out, we'd meet here again and do the same thing. That's kind of how that process works. Much like if we decided to raise the tax rate, we'd have to have another public hearing to do that and that same process. So nothing's gonna happen without full transparency, without the public having an opportunity to weigh in. So with that being shared, I will open it up for comments for public hearing. You made it back, Lou.
Sure did. Hot Rod Lincoln. Lou Spencer, 614 Ann Pitts Road, Corrette, Virginia, North District. I've reviewed the budget in detail. Thank you for all the hard work. And thank you for the increase in litter control and roadside debris. However, I don't think $8,000 is going to get us where we need to be. I submitted a plan. I know that was not well received. I don't want to spend a single penny tax dollar money on roadside cleanup if I could avoid it. Recently, I cleaned up Clark Store Road again, right before Passover and Easter. 7 bags of trash. In one spot, I picked up 100 Coors beer cans, 24 ounce. There's 100 more down in the marsh. They're still there, if anybody wants to help pick those up. Same place, just probably the same person throwing the same debris out on the same time of day, all in one spot. And I'm 65, it's dangerous work, it's awfully lonely. I'm out there all the time, not much help. I don't see why this has to fall on one person. And I could say a lot more, but I better hold my tongue. Just please consider assigning some more resources to cleaning up Essex County. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional public comments for public hearing? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing. And we'll move into public comment. Get to my little spiel real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, each speaker shall provide his or her full name and Essex County address for the record before addressing the board. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes. Lou, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. Lou Spencer, 614 Ann Pitts Road, Correct, Virginia, North District. First of all, thank you to VDOT for the asphalt that's going down on US 17 southbound. That's much appreciated. And that being said, here we go, Clark Store Road again. I reported at the last meeting that VDOT had mobilized that day to start repairs. They were there for a couple of days. They did one or two spots, then they pulled off. And then a week went by, they remobilized, did 1 or 2 more spots, but they left the most dangerous area untouched. They're there today. As I was leaving the neighborhood today, they were starting work again, so hopefully more progress was being made. But that was a hazardous situation where both sides of the road were defective, causing motorists to drive right up the center of the roadway. I talked to VDOT numerous times. I submitted work requests. I finally reached out to Senator Stewart and Delegate Hodges, and I think maybe, just maybe, or maybe coincidence, we did get some action there. But eventually, when that road is repaired, it's going to need to be a fresh coat of asphalt from one end to the other. So, thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Any additional public comments? Hearing none, we'll close out the public comments, and we'll move into our county administrator and agency reports. Gentlemen, I don't have anything to add. We've been meeting pretty regularly here since we've been going through the budget, so I don't have anything new to really add at this point. As Mr. Supervisor or Vice Chair McGill had stated, we have a meeting with the schools tomorrow to review some more budget items. So with that, April, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Not much in addition. Again, close out of the prior budget, working on this year's budget, audit, forensic audit findings related to school issues, your capital improvement plan. It's grant season, so we've been working diligently on those for both in-house and for outside agencies, and then developing more of that fleet management program that we talked about at one of the work sessions. So unless there's any questions, that's all I have to add tonight.
Gentlemen, any questions for the county administrator?
Thank you,
See what else
gentlemen.
we have here. Let's see. Juanita, do you have, or Nita, do you have anything to add?
I got a question for Nita.
Yes, sir.
Just the joint maintenance grant, what are the next steps and when?
I don't know the next steps. I know that Brian was meeting with some folks from, and I'm sorry, like I was saying, our representative. Thank you. He met with one of his associates, but I did not. Didn't know how in-depth this was gonna be. He did meet with them. I do not know what the next steps are, but I do know that it advanced to the Appropriations Committee. So it's looking good, but we are just kind of waiting for them to make those appropriations and decide.
Got our fingers crossed.
Yes.
Just keep us updated, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is Carlos here? Let's see. Got Brian, any updates? Brian still here? Gotcha. Robbie, look, is he left with the kids too? Yeah, kids took everybody. Woody, EDA? Thank you. Kyle, anything to add? Is Mary still here? Gotcha. And let's see, Jay, anything to add? Haven here? Let's see Haven. Kay, anything to add for Parks and Rec? All right, we got to take her.
So good evening, Chairman, board members. Yes, you all are good examples. So we start our Essex County spring cleanup this weekend. So each of you are gonna get a picker. We need the citizens to see you all picking up some trash. That Calvin, I will say, Mr. Hale's wife already has a picker because she does clean up the road, but you can go out now with her.
The motor is broke on this one.
Well, and yes, so yes, we have a month now that we're out there, and really and truly, we'll be out there for the farmer's market this weekend, trying to recruit more groups, but as many people as we can get to help, not just Blue, but it's town, county, anywhere there's trash, please pick up. I'll leave you some bags for everybody, all right?
They're not all staying here.
And it is, like Lee says, it's kind of, you'll pick up a road and then a couple of days later, but, we're trying, every little bit helps, right?
We don't get any vest?
I was gonna say.
No, you know why? We don't have any money for vests, but Roger's gonna bring me some from Keep Virginia Beautiful this weekend, so I can make sure all of you all have vests, but we've given out.
VDOT has plenty of them.
We give out 50 vests every time we do this, and the pickers, these are actually my last pickers we give out. So, we probably give out 50 vests, probably 60 or 75 everybody wants the pickers, and I know it's not all for picking up trash. Rusty even asked me if I could bring one home for him. I said, no, I have to have 6 tonight, so,
Did you give them to the council also? You know John's gonna ask that question.
no, I did not. But you know what, if I only had 6. I only had 6. And
Well, we
speaking
could
of
share with
council-
them if you like.
Speaking of council, I hope everybody got their invitation for Thursday. The ribbon cutting ceremony, they better, at the park. Janine said she sent everyone.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it.
It may have came
So
in, I haven't
it's
checked my email.
our official ribbon cutting ceremony is Thursday. We would love for everyone to be there. 5:30 at the park.
In the morning?
So, thank you all.
Yeah, you get there in the morning, Joe, we'll see you there after a while.
Splash pad gonna be going?
Actually, I think it might be. I think it might be. I
Good.
can't.
5:30.
I mean, I pulled them out over here, so maybe they're not.
All right, I know Candace isn't here. Sheila, do you guys have anything to add? Thank you. I did speak to social service at our work session when the audit came up, that we've already addressed some of the issues that showed up in the audit report, so I brought that up to the board already. Let's see, Cupper's not here. Chuck, do you have anything to add to your board report? And Angela's not here. We're gonna go ahead and go into the school superintendent, constitutional officer, and VDOT reports before we do shout outs. John, if that's okay with you?
Okay.
Christina's not here. Kristen, you have anything to add? Please.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board and April. As you can imagine, our office is extremely busy right now. Our brains are mush from looking at bid numbers and values all day long. With that being said, personal property is constantly changing right now. We're adding vehicles, adjusting values, deleting vehicles. It does not affect projected revenue, but it does affect personal property tax relief rate. Originally, I had said 31%, which would be down from 33.25 last year. That's due to the increase in amount of vehicles that we have this year to tax. But after today's edit book I have ran, we can look at jumping that up to 31.25%. Quarter of a percent is not that much, but it's, you know, it's a little bit of extra money in the taxpayer's pocket. 31.25% would put us to the good just under $6,000. And that is good. You want to have a little wiggle room for supplements during the year, so we're going to have those. You can bank on those. So that is what we're looking at right now. April, I'll send you the new document with the 31.25 if that's what y'all are interested in and looking at doing. But I'm happy to be able to bump it up just a little bit more for the taxpayers, since it is going to drop this year. Also, I gave you guys a trend earlier of personal property tax relief rates. I didn't know if y'all had a chance to look at it. If you did, have any questions for me, you can see that it is dropping from year to year. But I do think this is something that y'all should see every year, and I want to continue to show you every year what you're looking at, who's qualifying for what percentages. April, I am going to get you a copy for record so anybody can view it.
And
But-
thank you for the historical, that just helps put it in perspective.
Exactly, I agree. And that's something that y'all can change and look into in future years, whatever y'all want to do with that. But yeah, I plan on giving it to you every year for y'all to see.
Perfect.
But there was an increase in Social Security, which is good and well-deserved, but unfortunately, that dropped a lot of people out or dropped them down the bracket, so, yeah.
Your recommendation for the percentage, you said we're 6,000 to the plus now.
With 31.25, yeah.
If we go up to 31.5, just move it a quarter, how much would that add?
That is gonna.
Roughly, I'm not gonna hold you to the penny, Kristen.
That's probably gonna put you in the hole
Okay,
a little bit, probably a whole $2,500,
okay.
yeah.
So if we go down to 31, how much? will the-
31, you are good, 14,000.
That might be beneficial.
What was the rate last year?
33.25.
33.
So unfortunately, it's going to drop, but I do not see anyone, my looks, as their bill is gonna go up because of the percentage drop. They're still gonna see a drop in their bill.
I would then go ahead and recommend, is that something that we have to make a motion to vote on, or?
I've already sent the document for the 31%, but I thought I would bring this change up to you
Thank you.
so y'all can see what we're looking at, and if you are interested in 31.25, I can send the document again with the edited percentage.
Gotcha.
So you can have both on hand, whatever one y'all agree
Yeah,
with.
that'd be,
Yeah,
Thank you,
awesome.
Kristen.
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Awesome.
And I failed to mention, and I apologize for that, we did have a public comment that was submitted to us from Scott Croxton. Unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight, so he had submitted to the board members. So board members, you should have received that email and his public comments. For everybody in the public that wants to see those will also be made available. You can contact the county offices here, but we'll also have it recorded as part of our minutes when our minutes are published out. So just so you know that will be out there. With that, let's see. Dr. Jones, that's County Public Schools. I don't know if you have anything to add, or?
I really don't at this time. We'll have plenty to talk about soon, I'm sure, but I have nothing to report tonight.
Thank you.
All right, yes.
Sheriff Holmes?
No, I just want to give a shout out to my church, St. John Baptist Church, Lou. 7 of our members of our church, along with me, went out on last Saturday on DJ Road. And I always hear Lou talk about trash, but St. John Baptist Church members, along with myself, we picked up 53 bags of trash and 9 car tires. So I just wanted the board to know, if you see anybody from St. John Baptist Church, you know, just tell them thanks, because it took us 4 hours and a half to pick up 53 bags of trash off a 4-mile stretch. So it's just terrible. And I'm Mild Lou, and he come up every time and talk about trash. And we still got Scotts Mill and Kino Road to do. So just if you see anybody, just give them a little shout out and say thanks.
Yeah, make sure
Thank you.
make sure they know that we're thankful as well.
Okay.
Appreciate
I'll
it, Sheriff
let
Holmes.
them know Sunday. We always say St. John Baptist Church is the best church on D-Shay Road, okay?
Agreed.
It's the only church.
Penny, did you have any updates? Thanks. Lee's not here. All right, John, shout outs. Go ahead. Start us off.
All right, I don't know if Brian here, Lauren's here, she can pass this on, that Ryan passed his stormwater program administrator exam. That's big, folks. So to have somebody with that qualifications there. So again, thank him and staff in general for constantly improving and providing more service to this county. It's awesome. So EDA, please, Woody, pass on to Lisa and the rest of the EDA board and everything. Just amazing all the things that you guys have been moving forward, bringing different businesses, et cetera, training programs, internships. I'm just reading a few of the highlights. The Destination Organization grant. Can't wait to get going on the plan through Volpe and just all the good stuff, and the Go Virginia grant with the PDC. So keep up the good work. Tell them we appreciate that. That's why we went with this EDA board to support, to really get some things going in this county. Communications, they got a new voice recorder and server upgrade. So again, they're constantly improving equipment. And they got a grant for it too. I mean, this is a John Magruder double win, right? An improvement and a grant with it as well. Wes, tell Tyler Moore congratulations for passing his EMTB. I think that's also a big accomplishment as well. Just to point out to the board that the AARP tax aid that they're doing through the library has served 224 participants already. And I can imagine they were just jammed up this week. So we appreciate all that they do. And I know Dr. Jones appreciates the library coming out there, supporting TES on their Rockfish journey, and James Cary Intermediate School for the Spring Book Fair. And that was a big lift for them. And shout out to David Headley for bringing his alpacas out to the library for an event that they had. So thank you, David Headley, for that. That's all my shout outs.
Thank you, John. Ronnie, do you have anything additional?
I'm good. I do appreciate, I think every department provided a report this month, and so that's good to see. We had good participation there as far as providing good information to the board. Thank you.
Calvin, do you have anything additional?
I'm good.
Joe?
Nope.
Appreciate it. Again, I echo, staff. I'm in the staff offices quite often. I can tell you they're working very diligently for this board and for the citizens. So I think it goes without saying that they're the heart and soul of what helps make our jobs a little bit easier. So consent agenda, could I get somebody to take a motion to take all three?
So move.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it. New business, so we have a budget action form, April, for the auditor.
Yes, this is to pay the next invoice that came in for the forensic audit team. We expected this. There was only a small amount of seed money identified to pay for that service when we started the process of having those records audited.
And do we know, April, real quick, do we know if we're gonna require anything else of the forensic audit team yet?
Not sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, board, we
It's
have,
possible.
can I get a motion to approve the
We'll know in 2 weeks, I'm being told. So,
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
It's been turned over, so we're just waiting.
Okay.
for feedback.
So board looking for a motion to approve the $38,702.50 for the forensic auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. Any discussion?
Just a quick comment. I would assume that when we went with this new company, next year, we shouldn't have as much.
This is the forensic audit
The
here.
forensic audit. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I hope we
regular.
don't have to do.
Yeah, this is a one-time.
It's the one time,
We don't
one
have
time,
to, yeah.
done.
Oh.
Okay.
But to that question, if there was a department, an office, or an area of concentration that you needed to add an additional scope to, they have other teams that would be separate from the
Okay.
main audit group that can conduct that for you. So when this company is done, you really shouldn't have to re-engage.
Engage, okay.
Yeah,
That answers the question. Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda, we have the budget action form for the Essex County Public Schools refund. So, Anita?
These are some of the ones that I brought to you, these are the ones that I brought to you last month. And you'd had questions on that I did not have answers for. So I've tried to provide those answers. The 1598 for refunds and rebates, I was finally able to connect with someone at Department of Accounts, and they said that it was a refund for VEC, Employment Commission taxes that were returned to us. It was an overpayment, I think. In the flurry of trying to catch up payments that were behind, it was overpaid.
And with this board, and this is my opinion, I'll leave it up for some board discussion. This goes toward part of the penalties that we were paying and trying to get caught up on. So I don't know that this refund should necessarily go back to the schools as it should for the county to repay what was paid in those penalties that we were obligated to get back.
I agree with Chairman Akers with that. And I'm not sure what these budget codes are or where that money was going back to. Anita, do we know that where it's going to?
It went back into the refunds and rebates, Edmunds account for the county that is allocated to the schools. When the money came in, that's where it went.
I feel that since we paid this money out in penalties and all, and it's just an overpayment back, I just think it's justified to come back to the county.
Does anything need to happen, Nita, with that? If we're gonna keep it at the county, or we'll still need to do a budget action form to move it somewhere else, or?
I guess if you want to move it into the general fund, then you would do a form to move it from the school fund
So-
into the general
So
fund.
if this board's in agreement with that, then it could be moved back, brought up at our next meeting in May to do that, correct? Any other thoughts on that, board members? Any agreement?
Do we need a motion to?
We haven't made a motion on anything yet.
We don't have a budget action.
Form to make a motion
to
on,
make a
so
motion.
there's no action to be taken if nobody makes a motion.
Yeah, if there's no motion made on this, yeah, then it'll
That's
sit. Okay?
Right.
Do we, well, yeah, so I know Max likes to have a definitive affirmative action, so.
You need a motion, but I thought you did, right?
Well, there is not, you don't have to have an action on something that's presented to you right now. So if you wanted a different budget action form presented for discussion or whatever it might be, and adopt one and deny the other at the same time, that would be perfectly fine. You could also take action on this budget action form and, request different action, which is, I think, what you were just discussing.
Yeah, but at some point, our attorneys say we need to take an action on this one, whether it's this month or next month.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Does my
I'm
chair,
starting to feel your flavor now.
does my chair have a preference tonight or next month?
I have no preference. It's really the pleasure of the board.
Would it be appropriate to table it till next month?
We could table it till next month with an action to bring additional,
I can have both
let's do
budget
that.
action forms,
All right, we'll table it till next month.
okay, for that one.
All right, next we have another budget action form for Essex County Public Schools. There's multiple budget supplement requests in this one.
Yes, this had several grants, again, that I presented at the last meeting, but I did not have answers to your questions. There were a couple of different grants. The Math Innovation Grant in the amount of $7,820 was received for the purchase of math materials to increase the number of students with disabilities who are proficient in math. Those are actual math kits that they plan to order. That's what was submitted in the grant request, and that's what was granted to them. The Math Acceleration Grant in the amount of $1,436.50 is to increase the number of elementary teachers endorsed in middle school math and middle school teachers endorsed in geometry. A teacher for each of those actions had been identified by the schools, and the teachers will each be compensated $500 for their time to study in preparation for the praxis test for those. The additional money goes to purchase the preparation materials and the cost of the praxis test. The STEM team grant is the one that had been received in 2025 and had not been requested for appropriation at that time, and is still out there requesting appropriation now in 26 for them to use those materials to purchase items for that STEM team. That's the $37,500. And then miscellaneous revenue in the amount of $2,965 was the one that we previously discussed. It was pretty much VHSL reimbursing the cost that the school activity fund expended on the cost of ticket takers and security for the district games that were held.
Board members, do we have a motion regarding this budget action form?
I move to approve the transfers as detailed on the budget supplement form as requested.
Second.
Moved and probably seconded. Any discussion? I do have one question, Nita, and you may not have the answer now, and I don't know that it would stop us necessarily from voting on this. But when we talk about the refunds, or the money back from, VHL for like security, now I'm assuming that's for the schools paying the sheriff's department or police department or whatever it is.
Yes, they paid they paid for the security, and I believe that money went back into your overtime lines when I looked into it.
Okay, so it goes in the overtime lines?
Yes.
Okay. So that reduces that back down, so,
Yes.
yeah, that was a lot, only question I had. Thank you for that.
And the grant monies will be tracked and all and spent there.
Correct.
And
Yeah, and that they have to, someone has to submit that those funds have been expended and appropriately expended.
perfect.
We'll call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, ayes have it.
Thank you.
And finally, our last budget action form, general properties, the transfer of $4,169 to cover the cost of pest control service contracts. Jay, did you want to speak to that at all? Anything? Board members, any questions on that?
Too bad we can't put them to work, those bugs.
Picking up trash, maybe?
Be good.
Relocate them?
Because you're killing them, that's why you can't.
Yeah. Do that. There you go.
We're gonna seal them up.
They'll be trapped inside then.
Motion to approve the request of transfer of $4,169 from reserves to cover cost of pest controls as presented.
Second.
Moved and properly seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Ayes have it. All right, gentlemen, we concluded our closed meeting information after our work session, So at this point, we will go into our board requests and directives. The adoption of the 26-27 budget resolution to appropriate the 26-27 budget on April 23rd, 2026 at 7 p.m. here at the Beal Boardroom. We have a May work session on May 12th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Here at the Beal Boardroom, and followed by a regular meeting at 7 p.m. here at Beal Boardroom on the 12th as well. Any other board requests or directives before we move to adjourn?
Not a directive, but something I had come across just to let the board know. Dominion power rates are expected to increase 30% this year. So I'm not sure the hows and the whys, but I would expect that going with the McClure efficiencies, is the timing could not be better. As well as I'm sure the school in the same situation, but that seems excessive, but it is what it is, but just pointing that out.
And I've got, and I don't expect you to know this, Dr. Jones, but I've been hearing more and more about how schools are filing lawsuits against Meta. I don't know if Essex, as County Public Schools, has taken a position on that yet.
So we have not taken a position on that. That is a thing in some places, some states, some other divisions. We have not, we're in talks about it with our attorney, but we have not taken a stance on it.
I guess if that comes about, if you just let the board know if the schools are gonna follow with that same suit or not, and what that potentially entails, would be helpful information.
We will.
Thank you, sir. All right, with that, do you have a motion to adjourn? Oh, you have
Just
some-
add
go ahead.
one thing, just as a side note to the earlier discussion about Congressman Whitman, and his, proposal to, put the joint maintenance facility in his, request to the Appropriations Committee. Supervisor Hale and I were on a field tour with Congressman Whitman earlier, well, it was last week now, and we were able to express our appreciation to him directly, so.
Great, that's great. Anytime we have an opportunity to do that is always helpful.
And he said it was, he was glad to do it, honored to do it. It was something that was well needed.
Great.
He didn't guarantee the money, though.
That's all. Force a little harder next time. Supervisor Hale, Supervisor Henry, have anything else to?
No.
With that, I get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.